This first song is about the character of Kanna from the book of Samuel, also known as Hannah, which happens to be my Hebrew name. And in the process of writing these songs, I'm often trying to investigate my imagination of the internal emotional experience of these women in the stories. So this is my imagination of Hannah's experience. I opened up my mouth, but no words came. I lay down to sleep, but I did not dream. Oh, 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 oh. I looked up to the stars, but the sky was dark, like a mirror held up to my heart. Oh, oh. A, B, C, D, E, F. Take away this alphabet. It's heavy on my tongue. You can want a thing so bad it seems you lose yourself and everybody else. Oh, 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 oh. So I got down on my knees on the marble floor and I cried until my throat was sore. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Tell me what you want from me. I'll do it all, I swear. I was not drunk, I was awake. I could not open, so I had to break to let the light come in. Oh, oh. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Take this alphabet from me. It's heavy on my tongue. Thank you. This song is about the character of Bat Yeftach. In English, she's called Jephthah's daughter, from the book of Judges. And it was a story that I had not encountered in my years of yeshiva study. It has, a lot of resonances with the famous story of Abraham and Isaac and the sacrifice up on the mountain that almost happens. Except it seems from this story like the father actually goes through with it. It's not totally clear. There's actually kind of essays written arguing both sides. One interpretation is that she was sacrificed, and one interpretation is that she was just kind of consecrated as a sort of proto-nun. And I read a bunch of these essays and articles and research, and I decided that the more disturbing version was both more convincing and more compelling to me. So that is what I went with in writing this midrash. And the song is called Mountain. When my father came back from the war, I knew he would want to see me first. So I ran out to greet him, but he fell to his knees in the dirt. He told me, daughter, I have promised God to offer the first creature that I saw. Father, the vow you have made is one you cannot escape. But first, let me go with my sisters down to the shores of the lake. I lived 2 months with them, my sisters, in the forest, and then I returned back home. The night he took me to the mountain, neither of us spoke. We reached the peak together just as sunrise broke. I could have run from him, I almost thought he wished it, but I could not run from God. It was the last day of my life. The sun had never shone so bright. My father held the knife. I kept my eyes open wide. Then angels came to me with faces of my sisters, and they filled my eyes with tears. Thank you. So I decided to call this band Girls in Trouble way before I got pregnant. And the reason that it's called that is because not only is every song about a woman or a girl from the Hebrew Bible and associated legends, but most of them are about a woman or girl character in a challenging time, because I find those stories extremely compelling. And I find that because some of them are so dark and challenging, they're not necessarily studied as much, probably not in the academic world, but in the kind of religious education world, it's a little harder to teach a 12-year-old that story that I was just singing about. So I like to bring a little bit of kind of loving attention to these challenging stories. And the next one is actually, it's actually a love song about the character of Lilith, who's a kind of Sumerian storm demoness who enters Jewish legend as the first Eve, the proto-Eve, who was created along with Adam as an equal, and got a little too convinced based on that, according to legend, that she was actually equal and had to get kicked out and replaced with a woman who was created out of a rib so that she would always know her place. And as you know, Lilith has gotten kind of a terrible rap for a couple of millennia and then has been reclaimed in maybe the last 40 years by feminists. And so this is my love song for Lilith in Lilith's voice. And I'm going to make use of this this magical little looping pedal, which if you are a musician or love a musician, you may know about this, but basically it allows me to record what I'm playing, and so you'll sometimes hear many violins when I'm not playing any of them. Don't be alarmed. This song is called We Are Androgynous, and it's on our second album. Double-faced beings, one looking forward and one looking back, formed in the light of the throne in the sky. We are never alone, and we never die. Two forms of dust of the one and the many, a vapor to moisten them both into clay. Two hands to form us, to guide us and shape us until we are ready to walk away. Double-faced beings, torn from each other and rendered into two flaming swords guard the Garden of Eden. But I won't go This last song of this little set is the song that was commissioned by the museum, which I'm thankful for. It's about Hagar. And in thinking about Hagar and about the kind of emotional, internal experience of this character, I felt like one of the hottest, most powerful moments in the story was when she and her son Ishmael are banished out into the desert and their water has run out. And she thinks that she's about to die, and so is her son, and she sends him an arrow's length away from her. And she just can't, well, it doesn't say why, actually, so I won't interpret it. But I wanted to kind of go into that moment. And even though it actually, as you probably know, has a happy ending, and she soon learns that not only is everything going to be fine, he's going to be a great archer and a leader of multitudes. This is about the moment before she finds that out. The arrow leaves the bow and goes off on its own. And when the arrow's gone, the bow remains alone. My little grain of rice, my little blueberry, my fig, my pear, my orange, how you grew in me. Thank you. This is Aaron Hartman. This is on the first album, and it's called Snow, and it's about the character of Miriam, much celebrated for being a prophetess and leading the women in song at the sea, but less often celebrated for being, it seems, sort of unjustly punished by God for criticizing her brother Moses, and stricken with leprosy and cast out for a week in the book of Numbers. So I wanted to think about the internal experience of this character during this week alone in the desert. Well, my mother named me bitter, although as a child I was so kind, hiding myself in the reeds to watch over my brother. But still my name was bitter, bitter the taste of the sea, bitter the cries of the horses drowning behind us. If anybody had asked me, I might not have chosen to go. But everyone knows sometimes you don't have a choice. So when he said you're banished, 7 days in the desert alone, I just started walking. I knew there was nothing to say. The scorpions and the spiders crawled up to me and stopped in my shade. Together in silence we watched as the sun crossed the sky. And if your father spit in your face, wouldn't you want to leave that place? And if your skin should turn to snow, wouldn't you have to go? And if your God should turn from you, wouldn't you turn to? Still I don't regret a minute, and I don't regret an hour of the week that I lived all alone at the top of the mountain. Though no voice came down from heaven, and I never saw words written in fire, I did see the birds of prey pick all the carcasses clean. If anybody had asked me, I might not have chosen to go. But everyone knows sometimes you don't have a choice. And if your father spit in your face, wouldn't you want to leave that place? And if your skin should turn to snow, wouldn't you have to go? And if your God should turn from you, wouldn't you turn to? So one of my musical loves is Appalachian ballads and fiddle tunes, and it's been a big influence on me. And one thing that I was always impressed about was actually the darkness of a lot of the subject matter, and sometimes biblical stories actually put into ballad form. So I was commissioned to write a song about Eishet Chayil, the woman of valor from Proverbs, and I decided to take a kind of traditional Appalachian melody and then retranslate that proverb to fit the shape of the melody, and it became this love song, which is on our second album, and it's called Rubies. And that mailing list that's going around is because we do travel all over, so we'd love to let you know when we're coming to your town. And if you know people in New York, England, or Italy, we'll be doing a bunch of performing in those regions in the next few weeks. Yeah. Like a merchant ship, strong and wide, gold and oranges deep inside, more than rubies, more than pearls, the one I love. With purple silk and tapestry, she weaves a blanket to cover me, more than rubies, more than pearls, the one I love. The world is woven through us, and I cannot forget how her fingers hold the thread. She buys a field, she plants a vine. Come the autumn, she makes her wine. More than rubies, more than pearls, the one I love. her babies safe and warm, more than rubies, more than pearls, the one I love. Grace can lie and beauty's vain. Oh, but she calls me by my name. More than rubies, more than pearls, the one I love. The world is woven through us. I swear I won't forget how her fingers hold the thread. Thank you. This last song is called Hunter, and it's about Samson's first fiancée before Delilah. And so in writing this song, I tried to imagine what it would feel like to love a man who had fantastic hair and serious anger management issues. The bee lays her honey in the body of the lion. You put both your hands inside. So sweet the honey, but what about the lion who died? Who will watch the hunter while the hunter sleeps under a canopy of leaves? Who will protect you from the secrets that you keep from me? You can give me a riddle to test my love. You can throw me down into the river, but I know how to swim and how to answer. Hunter, hunter, come with me. I will watch you while you sleep. I will take your loneliness and make it sweet. you.